Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with our first unit. In that topic is basic concept of relays and instrument transformer. Our unit 1 comprises of electromagnetic relays, basic requirements of relays, primary and backup protection, construction and details of different types of relay, what is the universal torque equation, what are the characteristics of overcurrent direction and distance relays, what is a static relay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of static relays over electromagnetic relays. So these come under first unit. So what is protective relaying? Why we are going for protective relaying? See, in our power system, from generation towards the load end, we have generators, transformers, bus bars, feeders, transmission lines. So we need to protect all this equipment from faults and the abnormality of the behavior of the equipment. So we have to protect them from this condition. So we employ for the protective relaying. So whenever there is an abnormality in the behavior of an equipment, then this relay will sense that abnormality behavior and it will give an alarm. So what is the function of relay? Relay's function is only to sense the abnormality of the equipment, and from always the CT secondary is connected to the relay coil. From CT again it is connected to the circuit breaker. So we will get an information to the circuit breaker when relay senses the abnormal behavior of the equipment. Then circuit breaker will break the circuit and the fault element of power system will be removed from the service for if the element behaves abnormally. What relay has? Relay has two contacts. One is fixed contact, another is movable contact. Relay operation is from normally open to normally closed. Normally it will be under open condition. Whenever it senses, it will be going into the closed state, normally closed state. So under normal behavior, it will be normally open state. Whenever a fault occurs, it will changes from normally open state to normally closed. As I explained, what are the functions of protective relaying? Abnormal behavior means occurrence of fault. Then relay will be sensed. Then normally open becomes normally closed. And the information is given to the circuit breaker. And the circuit breaker will trip the circuit and the faulty part will be disconnected from the power system. As I mentioned, always the relay coil is connected to the secondary of CT or PT. If it is an overcurrent, for sensing the overcurrent, then we will use current transformer. If it is for voltage, then we are going to use potential transformer. So, for example, if a machine has a winding fault, then if it persists for long time, what will happen? There will be damage to the total winding. Instead of that, if we disconnect it quickly, then few coils may get damaged. Instead of whole winding, only few coils may get damaged. That's why we employ for protective relaying. What is a CT? CT is nothing but current transformer. Actually, this is not there. Instrument transformer is not there, but you need to have a basic idea about current transformer, because always we will be coming under these terms CT and PT. What is the current transformer? Current transformer, large currents will be there that cannot be passed through our normal ammeters or current coils of wattmeters. So what we will do is we are going to use a CT. So CT has a primary coil of 1 or more turns and it has heavy cross-sectional area. See, this is the diagrammatic representation of a CT. See, this is the primary winding and this is connected to the line, and this is the secondary winding. Always the secondary of CT should be closed by an ammeter. Usually this ammeter will be rated to 5 amps. The basic representation will be like this. This is the main conductor for which we have the primary, and this is the secondary winding. So primary will be for main conductor and secondary will be connected to the relay coil. And see, this will be having less number of turns compared to that of this secondary of CT. So that was here written. Secondary coil has large turns, smaller area, usually connected with an ammeter, and is rated for 5 amps. Knowing the current ratio and meter reading on the secondary, the actual high current flowing through the primary can be determined. This is nothing but, if you want to know how much the actual current, line current which is flowing through the primary, then we need to know the CT ratio and the meter, that is the ammeter which is connected to the secondary of CT. That reading if we know, then we can get the actual high current which is flowing through the primary. See, for that I given an example. See, this is the CT ratio they given and it is connected along with an ammeter. And what is the rating of the ammeter? It is 2.7. So now we are estimating the actual line current flowing through primary. So this is the current ratio. Current ratio is nothing but I1 by I2 is CT ratio 250:5. And what will be the I2 here? I2 is nothing but, where is this ammeter connected? To the secondary of CT. So this will be I2 2.7. So substituting I2 as 2.7 and this is the CT ratio, we are going to get the actual line current that is flowing through the primary, that is this one. In the same way, we need to learn about PT. In potential transformer, see, this is the primary consists of large number of turns and secondary consists of less number of turns, and always the secondary should be connected to an voltmeter, and this is grounded for the safety purpose. Always the meter which is connected here will be usually rated to 0 to 110 volts. In the same way, how we found the, what is the actual voltage that is passing through the actual current which is passing through the primary, that we have seen in the current transformer. In the same way, we can see for the potential transformer what is the actual line voltage. So this will be the PT ratio, and along with the voltmeter reading, that is 87.5. So this will be nothing but our V2. V1 by V2 is the CT ratio, and the V2 is nothing but the secondary side reading of voltmeter, that is 87.5 volts. Now we can estimate the line voltage by substituting this. Thank you everyone. In the next class we are going to see about what is a trip circuit, how the relay operates, everything we will be going to see.